Hello and welcome to the D&D Grandma and the Family That Games Together podcast. For more about our history, please check us out on Twitter at D&D Grandma or on Facebook at The Family That Games Together. We hope you have as much fun listening to our story as we did creating it. Now, sit back and enjoy. And we're back. Okay, so progressing from the ambush that you just fought your way out of, and this strange ally who introduced himself only as the Doctor, and is now just walking out of sight, not a care in the world.
He's walking.
Yep, he's just leaving you guys there.
Should we follow him?
No, he said to come back for lunch.
He
He said to meet him for
where.
lunch. He said Wendell would know where. So we have to get back to Wendell somehow to let him know we met this guy and find out a little bit more about him. In the meantime, we were going somewhere, and I don't remember where that was anymore.
I take my fancy vial of water and I go like this.
Oh,
So I shake it in your face.
we were going to the Temple of
Eldaf.
Okay.
I still want to keep going that way, personally. I think it's very important to heal Joba.
Yeah, you got it! Check you out.
Hey, wait. There
Look
we go.
at you.
Look at you, huh?
I still think it's very important to heal Joba. So I would like to go.
And two for two.
I got you. It's the same sentence, so I can, keep it up for a little while here. So, let's go to the god that I don't remember that guy's name. And we're going to try and talk to somebody.
Okay.
How's everybody feeling health-wise?
Mm.
I'm 35.
I can't fight anyone. I need to rest.
Yeah, I need to heal.
Well, I need to rest too. Get my
I
guess
can't
I'm
fight
the best
anybody because I'm
one.
endurance.
tired, let's say.
Oh, I'm at 26.
Oh, I got healed, so now I'm at 26.
But
I'm at like 17, but mathematically I only took 9 points of damage, so that's why I flew up. I knew better.
so why don't we go and get this?
Yeah, let's go
Holy
talk
water.
to
Okay.
the flask.
You make your way through the commercial district and you begin to get towards, you see the shops start to whittle away and it becomes more houses of worship and monasteries and things like that. And you are able to, I thought you were trying to signal me to say.
I do want to ask New Lara, how do I look? Do I look like I've been in a scuffle?
No, you look absolutely beautiful.
I
Is
don't
this a
look
rest?
sweaty or dirty or full of blood.
Would this be a rest?
You guys
or-
didn't say you were taking a rest.
I don't want
okay.
to take a rest. We're still.
A rest would have been you're going to stop and sit down
Okay.
and take a
Wanna
breath.
Make sure.
Yeah, no, this isn't a rest.
All right.
You weren't in melee very long, so you
I might
are...
have a slash on my arm or something. I just don't want to look disheveled walking into a place.
No, you look all right.
Because I don't want to offend anybody.
Honestly, you and Tor probably look the best. The other rest of you, your wounds healed, but you're carrying the remnants of battle.
I look
New
like
Lara-
I got bulldozed over or something.
Yeah, Nulara, Sashim, and
If that's a problem,
Umbra have all
I'll
had
just
better
slump
days.
here in the doorway while you
But
guys go check
Tor
it
and
out.
Ember, you guys are like, I'm
Keep
fine.
me our watch.
Whatever.
Be our lookout then.
I'll look out, yeah.
And you recognize the temple, Nulara, that you recognize the holy symbol, and that is the symbol of Eldaf. And you lead the party right up to the doors, and you go inside. And it is early in the morning, so there is no service happening right now. You do see it as a nice, plain, but well kept, well built, round, circular kind of chamber. And it is, once you go inside, it's basically all one chamber. And it's very plainly decorated, a lot of polished stone. And you see all around the perimeter of this temple, there are little, almost like bird baths, just like little pools of water. Up at the front where an altar would be, it looks like a little bathing pool that is just kind of made like a Roman bath.
For baptisms.
The pool itself looks like it was pounded out like in Roman bath style. And sitting there, feet in the water, gown pulled up around the knees, you see a human woman, 40s-ish, very, very short, close kept, almost platinum blonde hair. And she's just sitting there, can I help you? Service doesn't start for a while.
Oh, me?
I'm
Okay.
not there.
All right. I just
You're
wanna
not
know-
there? Oh, you didn't go in.
No, she's being our
She
lookout
said she's
outside. 'Cause
staying
she
Okay,
looks
okay,
like
so
I
you-
look like a turd, so I'm just
Okay,
gonna
so you're
slump
outside.
In the corner out front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say hello. My name is Ember. I'm gonna introduce everybody, and I'm gonna say we would like some advice and maybe possibly some assistance.
Oh, whatever I can do.
New Lara here. She is a cleric of the god, and you can see that she worships the same god.
Yes, I
you do.
recognize the symbol. It's always lovely to see a cleric of Eldath.
Yes, she is. I guess. Well, I know myself. I'm a very young sorcerer, and I know that I haven't been studying very long. But I know that there is a certain type of healing that can heal you from very poisonous effects. And we have a dear friend of ours who is currently injured, and she is being essentially put under a spell, and we really don't have the ability ourselves to heal her of these effects. And I don't know if there's a way that maybe you can come with us and teach us, or if you can give us a recommendation of somebody who will be able to, or possibly even a scroll of that spell to read aloud for us to be able to heal her. Is there any advice you can provide?
I don't have a lot of detail to go on as far as what this person would need. We do have supplies here in the temple. I have ointments, and I have salves, and I have things she can ingest to replicate the effects of certain spells, such as a restoration or whatever you might need, but I need a little bit more specific. I don't know what level of healing you need.
I have to say that the reason I'm kind of being a little bit guarded with this information is there's somebody very powerful who is specifically injuring this woman, and he is aware of the fact that we're trying to heal her. And I feel that if I give you all of the detail and this person's name, or even what he's truly doing to her, it might put you in danger. And I'm not going to do that willingly. Do you understand?
I do understand, but if someone is in need of help, if someone is in need of help of the power of Eldath, I'm not worried about being in harm's way. You may share your information with me. The more information I have, the better.
She is being... I don't think it's poisoning, but I truly don't understand all the dynamic of it. But there is a man who is a vampire who is slowly...
She recoils at that word.
Yes.
A what?
He is a vampire. He is slowly poisoning her and feeding from her. And I'm fearful that very soon, if not within the next few days, she herself will become a vampire. I don't know the details. I don't know all of the details of what he's capable of. I just know that she is very, very ill, and I want to try to heal her.
Yeah. We're all here on that same mission.
It's quite terrifying.
Yes, it is.
Vampires are one of those creatures that you hear quite a bit about, but you never actually encounter one.
The reason
Are
I
you
didn't want to tell you is
Positive it is vampirism.
he's essentially told us he is a vampire. We know he turns into a bat. Yeah, we know, right? We know.
That is rather terrifying.
It is. But he knows that we are aware of this,
Then you must exercise the utmost caution.
which is why it was dangerous to tell you in the first place. We don't want to tell you the name of this person. I will not tell you that name.
This conversation will not leave these walls. I am the only priestess currently in the temple. Hold one moment, please. And she takes her feet out of the pool, and she's got like these little wooden sandals that she's got, puts them on, and she makes her way over to the side. There's a little alcove next to the pool, and she opens up this little stone. It almost looks like a miniature, what a sarcophagus would be if you went to like a church in Rome where they've got those little chambers, but it's small. She opens, and she takes this little wooden chest out of it, takes off the lock, opens it, and she takes out this vial. It's a glass tube with like these almost like wax stoppers on either end. 1/2 inch in diameter, 6 inches long. And She comes over and she hands it to you. Ember, no, I apologize. She would hand it to you, Nulara. And when you take it, you can see it as you turn it and you see the liquid inside. It has an almost like a little bit thinner than honey. So it's a very thick, syrupy liquid. And it is clear like water, but it has that very thick, syrupy consistency to it. Our high priestess every so often will make certain salves and things. I do not have the power to make these. This is one of our most powerful potions. This, when ingested, will actually will create the effects of if greater restoration had been casted on you. I do not know for sure that this will work, but this will probably be the best help I can offer. Get this to her as soon as possible, for the longer she remains under this curse, the stronger the curse gets, the harder it will be to heal her. She must ingest this orally.
And
Thank
all
you.
of it. All of it, right?
All of it.
Thank you. We are truly grateful for this.
What can we provide you as payment of any kind? I know that this is powerful and we don't mean to take advantage of you. And I do want to also present this as a gift to honor your God and honor your temple. It's nothing much. It's something small, but it does show our love and appreciation. But including this, what can we provide to you?
She takes the vial and she grins a little bit and she goes, someone did their homework before coming to the temple. She takes the top off the vial and pours it into the pool that she was sitting in. This will be payment enough, child. The water is sacred enough.
Victoria speaking. What is her name? Did I get her name?
You did not get her name.
Oh, okay. Ember speaking. And what is your name?
Emmeline.
Emmeline?
Emmeline.
Okay, Emmeline. We do value your friendship. We will not speak of this to anyone. I do not wish to get you in trouble at all.
Nor will I.
This vial here, would there be any way to track this back to you? I really don't want that to happen. The vial that you gave to her.
Destroy the wax stoppers on the end.
The wax stoppers on the end.
The wax stoppers on the end, I believe, contain the seal of the temple. The glass vial itself is a glass vial that could be purchased anywhere.
Is there a way to remove that seal before we even leave here today?
If you found another way to replace it or seal the vial, maybe.
We'll consider this.
Fireplace.
We'll consider this
Yeah.
before we move
Yeah.
forward.
You can see it is just wax. It would be very easy to destroy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can just throw it into a fireplace.
Okay.
Stop it, you know?
Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure we cover all of our bases before.
Then we have a decision to make. Do we go to lunch or do we go to Joba? We need to get this in her immediately.
Lunch is. What did he invite us for lunch or invite us for dinner?
Lunch.
Oh,
He said lunch.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, so
I
we
think
need
should
to
go to Joba
need to
first.
go right to Joba.
It's still early morning. It's
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
about 10 a.m.
So that's a
At
good
this
time we
point-
should go to Joba.
And we also
Yeah.
need to talk to Wendell anyway.
Yeah, so we gotta go back.
We gotta
And
go back.
if it's morning and it's daylight, maybe this vampire bastard is still asleep. Right?
I think he's strong enough to walk in the sunlight.
Wendell did tell
I don't
you.
know.
Wendell did tell you in your previous conversation, while his powers are greatly diminished, he can move around in the daylight.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Because he goes out with the council to conduct business and things like that. So while he's not at full strength, he can move around in the daylight.
Okay.
Don't rules lawyer me. In my world, they can. I don't care what the
Also-
lore says. In my world.
Lore is the lore.
So now I think we should just go try to get Wendell to get back to Joba.
Okay, let's walk back, talk to Wendell. Somebody's got to let us in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I could get us in the room if we could introduce ourselves to get into the building.
To see Joba?
Yeah.
They know us well there.
Okay.
They know us there. We've been there to see Joba.
Yeah.
I am worried about being able to get in there alone, administer this, and get the hell out.
Well, I have my thieves' tools, and I can stealth in.
Okay. And his power being diminished, it's probably best to go with daylight. So let's go and do that.
Yeah,
Talk to
absolutely.
Wendell, and then we'll hitch a ride over to Mr.
I
Ponytail,
agree.
to the doctor.
We need to find out about this doctor.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay, so you're making your way back to
To Joba.
the manor house.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. It's about another hour on foot to get you back to the manor house. So by the time you get there, it's around 11 a.m.
Okay.
Okay.
No official time was given to you by the doctor. It just said lunch.
Right.
So,
But
just
we
letting
need
you
to
know
talk
that
to
too.
Wendell because he'll know what the doctor means by lunch.
Right.
Okay.
He might have a better idea of time.
Okay.
Wendell is there. The carriage is there. He's sitting on the carriage and he appears to be whittling. He just has this little wooden block and a small penknife that he's just whittling.
I'm gonna walk over. Hi, Wendell.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Oh, it's lovely to see you. How are you?
And then I want to walk closer to him and be like, Wendell, do you know of a doctor?
What do you look like?
Blah 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 blah.
I was wondering when. blah, 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 blah. I was wondering when he would say hello. Yes, I know who you mean.
Okay. Can you take us there for lunch today?
He invited you.
Uh-huh.
Where'd he say?
My place.
His estate?
He said that you knew where it was.
Oh, he must really like you. Okay, yeah, no problem.
What
what
is
ti-
he?
What time would that be?
He said lunch. Looks up at the sun. Probably
Look
want
at
to be.
the sun! What are you, Trump? Why are you looking at the sun?
He looks up. Probably want to be leaving within the next half hour.
Half hour? Okay. We have something to do inside. We just want to go and visit Joba for a little bit, make sure she's doing okay.
Oh, I haven't heard anything on that front.
Okay. Do you know... So it's the equivalent of Carson. Is he around?
Norman, yeah, he's inside.
Norman.
You said you were U.S.
What is this doctor like? Who is he? Where's he from? Who's he affiliated with?
Oh, she's got all the questions.
I'm gonna let him explain that to you.
Okay, let's get to Joba then.
Is this something that we have to be prepared for a massive battle with?
With him?
Yes.
I highly doubt that.
I'll keep my sword
Perhaps
sharpened.
a friendly sparring match, but not a big battle. Depends on the mood he's in. Sometimes he's more playful.
Playful. I don't like to play.
Yes, I've gotten that feeling from you, Sashi. You don't say. Not quite
Watch
the
it,
jovial
Win.
type.
Watch it, Wendell.
I'm sorry.
All right, we need
Yeah,
to
Norman's
see.
inside.
We need to go see Jova.
Yes, I want to walk in, find Norman first.
Norman answers the door, as is his duty.
Hi, Norman. We just wanted to check in on Joba for a little bit.
No real change in her developments. You are welcome to go inside. I believe she is awake.
She's awake. Is anybody with her?
I don't believe so. Lady Hammerstone was here earlier. Oh, I'm sorry. Lady Strickland was here. I confuse them sometimes. They do look alike. They're the two dwarven females on the council, and they do look alike. So, this is a...
I confused them too, Norman. Don't you worry about it.
Lady Strickland was here before and did visit with her briefly, and she left the house with the Lord Mayor and with Lord Cormion on council business perhaps 20 minutes ago.
Okay, wonderful. Can you also maybe send up a tea service for us? We would really enjoy having a nice cup of tea with Joba. That might do her
Can
some.
definitely be arranged. And he ushers you inside, and you hear him. He walks away. Gwendolyn! And he makes his way into the kitchen.
So we go up. The less people who know about this, the better. Right? Okay. I'm gonna walk up. Knock on the door.
Okay. Yes?
Walk in. There's a fireplace in her room, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say, whoever guard that door, cleric, administer the medicine.
Okay. We have this portion that we got, and we think you're going to feel better, but you need to take the whole thing.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm excited.
Oh,
17 plus what?
plus 2.
19.
Can I assist? Can I offer assistance?
You sure can.
You think that'll help me?
We have hope that it will. We won't know. You need to do it.
It's something that we made ourselves, so we're hoping that it would be the best
Okay?
that we can do.
Yeah, at least it wouldn't harm you for any
Right.
reason.
Exactly.
I'll give it a try.
I uncork it or
Okay.
take the stopper
Yeah.
and I give it to her.
Okay. You actually have to give it to her. She can't quite.
Oh, okay.
She's a little
Okay.
weak. So you do the...
So I'll hold it to her lips and she takes
She takes the whole thing.
She takes the the whole
I
thing.
immediately take the stoppers before she can look at them,
Right.
and I'm
Okay.
going to throw them in the fireplace.
Yes.
Okay.
Make sure they're melting.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm
they're
gonna
melted away.
verify
fire-
they're completely melted.
The fire is out, but the embers are still there from
Perfect.
the night fire, so it takes a little longer, but it does melt. Yeah,
It melts. There's no more
No.
visualness of the seal. Okay, good.
No, I'm going to say that you were smart enough to put it seal side down so that the seal
Yeah.
melts away first.
Okay.
Now the important part. High or low?
Oh,
What do you mean, I don't know?
High or low? What do you want? High number or low number?
for her to heal.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm so stressed right now.
High number.
Me and two are at the door. So,
I don't like that face. I don't like your faces.
Not turning the dice over. I'm just taking a photo of the number. She takes the whole potion down and she puts her head back. And as she looks at you, Nulara, you can see almost immediately the color return to her face.
I want to go and open the window.
Okay.
Okay.
I open the window.
Let the sunlight in. No, I'm sorry. Pull the curtains
Pull the
back.
curtains,
I think
yeah.
the last time we were here, it was just me and her, and the curtains were closed, and it was really dark and heavy in the room.
It was muted light in the
Oh,
room.
okay.
Yeah, it was muted
Bird
light
box.
because which it is right now. The curtains are drawn, so there is light coming in, but it is muted because the curtains are blocking it.
So we notice
her color is
she's
back.
getting her color.
You notice immediately. It's almost immediate. She finishes the potion. Color returns to her face. She kind of straightens up a little bit, and almost like her strength is returning. Oh
How do you
my
feel?
lord! What was in that vial?
We don't know.
A
Actually,
few,
we
a few
don't know.
herbs.
A few herbs. My God, I feel 20 years younger.
You look so much better. How do you feel, strength-wise?
I feel good.
You can get up and walk.
Can certainly try.
Yeah.
And she,
Okay, you guys want to open the door?
Okay.
Yeah, I
And everything.
let me.
The wax seal is completely melted at this point. Yes.
Yeah, they look. I mean,
And
you
I'm
can
gonna
tell.
hide that vial in my robes.
Okay.
The glass piece.
It's empty, right?
It's empty.
Okay.
I'm
It's
gonna
empty.
hide it.
She stands up. Oh no, let me. And she gets in front of you, Laura, and she opens the door, and there's Gwendolyn, the
Tea.
tea service.
Yes, Gwendolyn. Thank you.
Oh my! You're out of bed. How did that happen?
Just a few choice herbs and a nice, strong water that we found, and I think she's feeling much better now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'll take the tea service from you. Would you like to go and get Norman?
Yes. No, Norman, you got it right.
Okay, good.
Yes, Mr. Norman. Yes. And she scatters away.
I want to roll just a quick investigation on the tea. I'm just curious.
Interesting. Okay.
17 plus 4.
Seems fine. You don't detect anything.
Okay.
It's a little floral for your tastes, but other than that, it's
I like Wendell to come up.
Okay, who's gonna go get him?
I'll go get him.
They'll send me.
I was gonna say you're gonna send Sashim. He'll run the other way.
Exactly.
Okay,
No,
you.
I'll get him. I'll get him because I'm in his little clique, so it's cool.
Yeah, that's
I'll run right out and
We'll be a little
just get him and bring him up.
Well, actually, yeah, he would probably be scared
Okay,
of you.
so
but-
Umbra, you're going to get Wendell.
Yeah.
Okay. He follows behind you, and you can hear his voice coming before he even enters the room. He's like, oh no, I don't quite know what good I would do, but sure, what do you need? Hello, Lady Joba. And he runs over and hugs her waist because it's about as tall as he gets.
As tall as he is.
Nice.
And as he looks over. So it worked, right? So it worked, right? Is what he whispers.
Yeah.
That's so good to see you up and about.
Okay. We're gonna let you enjoy the rest of your day, and it's beautiful out, and it's early morning. Drink your tea.
Norman sticks his head in the room.
You okay, Norman?
I do apologize, but could I have a moment alone with her, please?
Absolutely. And before you do that, we will make our farewell. We have another place we would like to go to, and we want you to enjoy the rest of your day.
I just have like a warning.
Can I
that
hide?
She shouldn't be left alone.
Yeah, can I hide in the room?
She
Stealth?
be left in the room.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Try to stay behind. Oh yeah, that's 18 plus 8.
Whoa!
Make a note. How long are you staying in the room?
I
She's
just wanna see
moving
what it
in.
says.
What'd you say?
I'm moving
20,
in.
26.
26,
They
yeah.
got their hideout, I got mine.
Oh yeah. They got their what?
They got their hideout. They don't got a bed for me, so.
Yeah, they're sending a U-Haul service. They're sending your stuff.
That counts.
Oh yeah, you're moving. Yeah, they'll say there's like a little closet in there that you're just, when no one's looking, you just slip into
Yeah. Okay.
with a little keyhole you could see out. Now I want to know, how long are you planning on staying in there?
How long do I plan on staying in there?
Yeah.
Long enough to ascertain like what Norman wants to ask her.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Got you.
I like where
It
she's
might not be
going.
asking her anything. It might be more of like a.
Okay, well, let's see. She'll be there anyway.
You mean getting busy?
Oh.
Yeah, getting
You
busy.
think? Oh, they're a couple. Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-mm.
We don't.
Between the
It's
sheets.
Cormion who's been poisoning her. Cormion's out of the castle right now.
I don't think
This
he's
is
going to
Norman,
get
this is
busy
hers.
with her.
I think they're gonna. Get
I don't
jiggy.
think he's
I
going to
think
get
they're
busy
gonna
with
get
her.
jiggy. I don't
Like
know
she
yet.
just came out of a semi-coma. I don't think
They're
so.
definitely
I
going
think
to
it's
an
a
So
embrace.
wait,
I
okay.
think it's
So
a
I
great-
wanted to stay
Yes.
behind because I thought that he was going to try to like rush us out of the room because he wanted to like ascertain what the hell had happened, and I wanted to know what he wanted to know. But
He wants a moment alone to
with
declare
his
his love.
paramour,
Maybe.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then I'm not gonna hang behind. If I
Right.
knew that, did I know that?
I would say it's pretty
Oh,
obvious
okay,
based
yeah.
on his emotions, yeah. Or I could just
Okay.
say, instead of 26 investigation, that could be an insight check
Oh,
if you
okay.
want. And
Yeah,
you
okay.
you get the okay, I see what's happening here.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't the one poisoning her, but you never know.
Norman
You
is
never know.
Norman is way too proper to get jiggy right then and there. But he would like a moment alone with the object
Discuss
of
the future, Jiggy.
to discuss future jiggying with the object of his affection.
Okay.
Okay.
And then just to clarify, as we all start to walk down, because I feel like all of you are perfectly happy with this explanation and walking away. I would like to know why we didn't tell her what was happening to her.
You know, maybe that was a mistake. Do you guys want to go back and tell her?
No.
How is she
What
going
if-
to
what
defend
if,
herself in
he
the
shows
future?
up
That's
again.
see. There's my thing. There's my
Yeah.
rub. I mean, if she doesn't know, she could open the door again to
See,
somebody.
I'm thinking
Doesn't
we gotta put
matter.
her
He's
in
already
hiding.
been in the house. He's already been
I
welcomed.
mean,
in.
we
He's
had
gonna
discussed
come in.
taking her out of the house, getting her on a boat, and getting her out of town too. But my thing is that he knows that we're going to be doing this stuff behind his back at this point. I mean,
Well,
He's
then,
going to know very shortly that
then
she's
maybe
been
we
healed.
should stay with her and Norman in the room and explain why. Why
we're
were
going
they?
to tell Norman and her that
Yes.
that he's a vampire.
Yes.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm not the judge. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that because
What is the disadvantage to them knowing?
it could put them in such serious danger that he will kill them.
Okay. And you don't think they're in danger now?
I think we should take them out of there. Tell them both, and then take them.
Put him on a boat.
Say
Joba
what
died.
do you guys think?
At the very
You mean like
least, it
witness
would be,
protection?
information is
If you want to
is
call it
power.
that,
Now
if you
they
want to
know
call it that, but
not to open the
somewhere,
door to him. Now they know not to let
maybe
He's
in
living
one of
in
our
the
huts,
He lives there.
Oh,
He
one of our-
can't because
What's
he's
the
already
matter?
been welcomed in our huts.
in each of our huts.
There's a lot
No,
of information.
only one.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
There's no huts. You're in one cottage. You're all staying
Oh,
in the same
that's right.
cottage. Remember? You're not in the huts anymore.
It's
But you know what? They'll be too close. He can get to them.
We're looking for another
See,
place,
I
right?
think
We
kind
need
of-
to get them out of there.
I'm trying to make it feel as though she had a miraculous recovery, and make it that only Cormion knows that we know what he's up to. He's gonna know we healed her.
Right.
yes.
He can't
yeah.
touch us like he couldn't touch us yesterday.
Can he touch her again?
That's my worry.
Yeah.
We can threaten him and say, "Don't do it again."
Oh, well,
I don't
what,
know.
we're
It's
gonna
not a perfect
kick him
plan.
in the
I just wanted to
shins?
save her life.
Come on.
It's not a perfect plan. I just
No,
wanted
of
to
course
save her
not. None
life.
of this is. But I think they should know the truth. And I think knowing is protecting themselves. By knowing, they can protect themselves.
And I'm sorry, we did have a side conversation over here. Umbra brings up a really good point with the fact that he lives here. Like, they are going to be in constant contact with him. And that's what I'm worried about. If
Yes.
we tell them, it could be a serious problem. What if Norman and Joba go to the Lord Mayor and say he's a vampire, and, I don't know, there's a fight or something?
I don't know. We got to think like if it was us.
This is what I remember. The Lord Mayor has this house.
Right.
Cormion's coming from a distant land, staying with him.
Mm-hmm.
While he's here, he's visiting and staying in one of the bedrooms here.
Right. Correct.
They are together setting up some shops and working together on mayor stuff in the town, right?
Well said.
Thank you, sister. So, I didn't know what word I was going to say. So anyway, mayor stuff.
Mary stuff.
So, my plan was to undermine everything that he did, but at this point, she's healed, right?
Right.
I really don't know. I would have to take your advice. If you feel that telling them is the best thing, and maybe they can help us, they can tell us when he leaves the house. I like it.
I think we were
Bring 'em
talking
in.
earlier.
What do you think?
Yeah, we were talking
What
earlier
do you
about
think?
recruiting insiders.
Such a-
Yes!
So we can track his
Okay.
movements.
Let's.
I think that this is
all
the
right.
opportunity
What do you
to do
think?
that.
Do you think that's a smart thing to do? Telling them.
I think we hold back vampire, but I think because we don't want to scare them.
Yeah. Well, no, you want to scare them because being scared is what keeps you safe.
Yeah, but you can make bad decisions when you're
Okay.
scared.
Vampires
Now-
don't get scared.
You think is that a good idea?
She should be told she was put under a spell of some sort. We could ask her if she remembers anything when he came to visit her. Does she remember a bite? Does she remember a stare? Does she remember a touch?
Not a bad idea.
No,
What do you think, Tor?
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so
agree.
we shouldn't leave the house. We should tell them.
Tell them.
At least tell her that she was under some kind of
Yeah.
spell.
And I'm liking your
can she
idea.
remember anything before she fell into that spell?
Before
The
we-
last thing she remembers.
Yeah, it took a little bit of convincing, honestly, but it does make me feel that you're right, because we can ask Norman and Joba to keep an eye out of his affairs. Let us in the back door. When they're out of the house, we can look through his papers. We can try to see what they're up to.
Yeah, just in the back of my mind, he's there with them.
No. But you know what? For us, he's right across the street. How are we in any better position at this point?
I don't counsel
All right, so
removing them from the house.
No. Okay.
I think that'll trigger
Okay.
a reaction.
All right. So,
So what is
your-
we have decided to stay there and at least explain to her
Right.
that she's been
And
under
ask
some
her
kind of spell,
questions.
and ask her questions to see if it will give us any answers.
Okay. Wendell offers to, be a lookout by the door
Mm-hmm.
and allow you all to just go in and.
Okay.
Okay. So you walk in and you can see they quickly there
They're
was
pulling up their pants.
no, there was and they were caught in a moment of embracing, and that's not proper.
Okay.
Think Carson and Mrs. Hughes. They would how they react.
Oh,
You
Lord.
know, it's not proper. So, yes. I thought you were leaving.
We need to be specific with you. We need to speak with you
We like to
before we
watch.
leave.
Okay. What is this in reference to now?
Joba's condition.
She's talking now.
Yes?
What about my condition? I'm better.
Okay, we know that you're under some kind of spell. We would like you to try to remember the last thing you did. The last day.
The last day I felt.
Your last memory.
The last day I felt like myself was at that banquet, when I just fainted and just
At the banquet.
yeah, and
And then you came home. They brought you home.
They brought me up here to my room, and I got weaker and weaker as the days went by. I never knew what was wrong with me.
And how often did Cormion visit you?
The Lord Cormion.
Yeah, to just lend support, to speak with you. Do you know if he visited you every day or
He only visited me maybe once or twice.
once or twice?
It was. I'm sorry, Norman. I don't know why, but I was having the strangest dreams of him. But he only visited me once or twice.
He is, wait, what are we telling?
We need to ask you them personal questions. What was the dream about with Lord Cormier?
It's
Risque.
Of a
risque,
Erotic?
of a carnal nature.
of a carnal nature,
Okay.
essentially.
Yeah, so we believe that we can,
Because you
that we
remember,
understand why that
you're-
was,
Right.
that it was him poisoning you or taking over your body to weaken you, to make you more supple, to whatever the word is, you know.
Viable?
No.
Pliable.
Pliable. That's the
Pliable.
word I'm looking for. Yeah. To his suggestions, to
Right.
you know, him basically, you know, turning you into one of his, you know, followers and so forth. You know.
Did you?
He
have
wants
you,
complete control over this household and with you.
Do you have any unusual cuts, bruises, punctures, anywhere before you fell ill till now? Do you see anything on you? Do you feel anything on you?
Does she say no?
I'm basically doing an investigation. She's doing this. I'm rolling an investigation check for her.
I'm gonna tell her, take a step behind that dresser, whatever,
Mhm.
and take a look at your thigh right here,
Okay.
because that's where we found the bite marks the last time we were here, right?
Yeah, and putting two and two together, seeing that the bite marks are on her inner thigh, the dreams she might have had of him, dreams of a risque nature, the fact that he was biting her on the inner thigh.
Woohoo!
I'm just saying, put two and two together here. I'm trying not to, you know.
Okay.
So you point out where it
I
was.
love we're willing to curse, but not willing to speak any other like acts or anything like that.
At the end of the day, I'm still role playing with my mother here. So come on. There's certain lines you don't cross.
That's better. I was gonna say that's America for you. Curse all you want, don't talk about sex.
There you go, right?
Yeah.
And curse all you want. You could show action movies and people being slaughtered.
Don't show a booby.
But a booby makes you cry. All right. So you point out where the wounds were. She does find them. She does go behind her little dressing screen. She does find it. They're scabbed over now because you did cure wounds on the actual bites last time you were here, even though that just healed that. It didn't heal her. It just healed the local wound, which they're now scabs. Oh, my God. I didn't notice those. Who could have done that? No. Okay, what are you asking of her now? Why you told her. Now I need to know how the rest of this conversation goes.
We don't know if it's. And this is your decision now, to stay in the house or to leave. It is your decision. We had to tell you because we want you to be aware, to not be left alone, to be on the lookout, right?
Whatever steps you can take to insulate and protect yourself.
And others in this house.
What
But
kind of
understand that
protection
if you
should she
choose to stay, to not arouse suspicions, ultimately what we'd like to ask of you is to, you know, allow us to help you and others that are here. You know, give us whatever information you think we would need to attempt to rein him in and defeat him. You know, we're hoping for an understanding of his business dealings throughout the city, any meetings he might take, anything that could be beneficial.
Well, I know.
Let us into his room so we can look through papers. Essentially, right now, we're trying to discredit him and relinquish any foothold that he has within the city and the people in it. Once we're able to do that, we'll be able to get him out of our town.
I know he's out of the manor now. He's out with the Lord Mayor and Lady Straker, and they're looking at properties in the upper city.
Properties for what?
I don't know. I believe it was commercial, maybe storefronts.
Okay.
I just know that they're going to look at properties. That's all I know.
Somebody write that down.
And now she's rattled.
We understand it's very upsetting. We were upset too. We only found out last night. When we found out, we made our steps to heal you. Please don't ask us any more about that, but that was our main priority, was to get you healed.
I appreciate that. I'll do my best to help you. I don't know how.
But I think you need to do the best to stay safe.
Norman, with that, puts
That
his arm
needs
around
to
her.
be your priority. Even if
It
you
will
need,
be our priority. I will keep her safe.
That's
Even if
why
you
we told
decide
you.
to leave right now,
Yeah.
get on a boat and leave this town, that's okay. If you stay, we ask your help, but if you leave, we do not think any less of you. This is your decision now.
But you got all the information you need to make the right decision for you and Joba. I think we can't do anything else.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
But I feel better. They know what's at stake here.
If you see anything, please feel free to bring us a cake or something over to our,
Yes.
and maybe a message along with that.
Yes, that's a good idea. Yes, we can.
He will, when he comes back to this manor, he will be upset that she is healed. He will be upset. You have to say that it was us, right? You have to say it was us.
Yeah.
We're willing to take that blame. We already
Right,
knew we were going
right.
to.
And we gave her some herbs and spices or whatever.
Something of
He's
our
not
own
going to
design.
believe it, but that's the truth.
That's the truth as we all know it in this room.
Right. So we wish you a good day on where we go.
Right?
Okay.
That's everything we wanted to convey to them.
Yeah, we want them. They needed to know.
Yeah, you're
They're in
right.
danger.
You're right.
They're in danger. But they make the decision now.
So I guess we gotta go have lunch with the
Yes, that's where we're heading now.
doctor. Then
With that, they say their goodbyes,
Mm-hmm.
and Wendell, quietly, a bit taken aback himself, leads you all down to the carriage, and hi ho Silver starts riding the carriage across the bridge into the upper city towards this doctor's residence. And
Was Wendell in the room when we were doing all of that?
he
or
was
no?
just outside the door,
So
acting
he
as a
was
lookout.
hearing.
He heard
what
it,
we
yeah.
said. Okay.
And unless there's anything you want to ask Wendell for the purposes of that, that's a good breaking point.
so the break.
The Family That Games Together would like to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors. MasterOfTheGameProject.com, a blog dedicated to learning more about our favorite hobby, specifically the people who create the adventures that us gamers love to play. The Deck of Many, making quick reference cards for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, including weapons, NPCs, monsters, and spells, among others. Pre-order your animated spell cards today at deckofmany.com. Tabletop Loot, some of the best quality and best priced dice that we at the Family That Games Together have ever seen. Find them at tabletoploot.com. One can never have too many dice. And the Nerd Asylum, a group of amazing people playing a wonderful campaign called the Autumnford Chronicles. Check them out at thenerdasylum.com. To find out more about becoming a sponsor for the Family That Games Together, head over to our Patreon at the D&D Grandma on Patreon. A pledge of just $1 a month gets you access to Patreon exclusive content, including interviews with the players, narrated fanfiction, and other goodies. Thank you for listening, and keep on rolling.